Donald Mustard has shot the Fortnite world with an in-depth interview where he confirms that Vibin was the last season he worked on. Vibin is considered one of the worst Fortnite seasons ever. So what did Donald Mustard have to say in his interview? Well, quite a lot. But before we get into what he's got to say, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In an interview with Stephan Totilo, Donald Mustard was asked about live events and specifically about the downfall of them. It was resources, and he goes on to say that Vibin was the last season he worked on for new expansion of Fortnite into a proper multi-game multiverse, and that would go live in December 2023. To build all this stuff, it takes so many people and so much time. So basically the event team was starting to be needed to work on other stuff, and it was devastating for me because I'm like, this is the actual magic, and not everyone at Epic agrees with that. I'm actually kind of shocked about this because this is what Fortnite's known for, live events. Knowing that some people at Epic Games don't feel the same way is actually a little devastating. This is what Fortnite's got over every single game out there is live events. To not be having that in your arsenal, to use it, is crazy. And of course, right after Vibin, we had Paradise and then the Fracture event. One of the worst, actually the worst event ever. Even worse than the Ice King event. Although that is probably a bit harsh because the Ice King event did serve its purpose. It wasn't meant to be an end event, so maybe that's unfair from my point of view. Many were speculating back when Donald Mustard left Epic that he wasn't happy with the direction of Fortnite overall, with many people now blaming the whole Metaverse thing. Unfortunately guys, I am not going to fit into the narrative here. I'm actually going to defend Epic on this, because I've just had a look on Twitter and everyone is hating the Metaverse. Donald Mustard said this in December 2023, of course with the launch of Chapter 5 and the birth of the Fortnite Metaverse. The idea to involve Fortnite into a place where you could have all sort of different agency-driven games and entertainment experiences with your friends, all connected by your hub, your locker, cosmetics, progression, etc. It was such a huge, audacious vision. We knew it would take years and so much hard work on so many fronts. We can't believe how close we were. Guess it would take about 6 years and the plan changed and evolved a million times. But today you're looking at the true vision of the dream of Fortnite. Where it goes from today, for the first time, I don't actually know, but I know Epic and the amazing people there will keep making it better and more innovative and delightful than ever before. See you on Fortnite. This was back in December 2023 with Donald Mustard strongly endorsing the Metaverse. This Metaverse. He does say in his statement that the plan changed and evolved a million times. So this drawing what he came up with back in 2017 is of course not the Metaverse we see today. Donald actually talks about his original vision for Fortnite. I wanted to create a place that was like basically being out in the backyard when you were a kid in the 80s, or playing with your toys on the Playroom 4. And there was no one saying, well, Spider-Man allowed to do this, and Batman is only allowed to do this, and Barbie can't hang out with Spider-Man. I'm like, I want to create something where you can hang out with all your friends and express yourself however you want. And of course, Donald Mustard definitely achieved this at his time at Epic Games. So while everyone may be angry with what currently the Metaverse embodies, this was essentially Donald Mustard's idea. I think a lot of people are taking out of context what Donald Mustard actually said in this interview. Donald wanted to clear things up. He says, I love Fortnite and I continue to be amazed by the many incredible ways the team has continued to expand its universe. And now Billie Eilish, loving being a fan of this game. But currently what I'm seeing on Twitter is the storyline versus the Metaverse. And that seems to be the narrative that is forming here due to the fact that in Donald Mustard's final season, which was Vibin, he had to accelerate things according to the interviewer. The interviewer wrote, Mustard began hitching to work on new projects and decided to accelerate Fortnite's story. He crammed in some high points. Donald says, I threw myself a fireworks show. I got Darth Vader in, got Indiana Jones in. I've got to make sure I've got all the stuff in that I needed for me. And that's why the season is called Vibin. It's just like hanging out, just a celebration. Donald Mustard really made sure that he made Vibin his own. And it's this statement that has storyline fans upset, that Donald Mustard accelerated Fortnite's story. So personally, unless there's more information than this, I believe the interviewee has deliberately used very confrontational words here by using the words crammed and accelerated if it's only referring to Donald Mustard throwing in Indiana Jones and Darth Vader. because Vibin's story still played out over Paradise. I know some people are throwing out that Zero War seemed rushed, Collision might have been rushed, the IO versus the 7, but I mean, at least we had some sort of conclusion, so it wasn't necessarily a bad thing if that one was rushed. It does seem like the Fortnite storyline does take generally a backseat to everything else. But reading the interview, it seems like he's only referring to Vibin. Now, Fortnite will always have a storyline to build seasons and stories and intrigue, but if it's any more than that, if it will amount to events or amount to a real pinnacle moment, who knows. But if Donald Mustard couldn't achieve that, do we really have any hope? So the final nail in the coffin to make Donald Mustard decide to leave was an unknown project. In 2023, he was working on a secret new project. He only says now it wasn't a game. It started to be out of alignment with all the stuff Epic should be focusing on, he says. Mustard told Epic CEO Tim Sweeney he was leaving. His goal, he says, is to develop technologies and processes to help figure out what is the storytelling medium of the future. And what does it even mean? Honestly, I don't know what it means, but I've got some ideas, and we have some ideas. It would appear Tim Sweeney wanted to put Donald Mustard in charge of the Disney project, but he turned that down. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the Fortnite metaverse we have currently is perfect, it's far from it. But a metaverse is what Epic Games, Donald Mustard, it's what they wanted. Yes, the incarnations of that metaverse is what they argue on. But I do think you're being a little bit unfair and really unrealistic if you think the metaverse is going to completely encapsulate Donald Mustard's vision for it. That is unrealistic. It's of course going to be an amalgamation of different people's ideas. The one thing I feel like people are missing is that it's not that Donald Mustard doesn't want the metaverse. It should not be Fortnite storyline versus the metaverse. The storyline needs to be the metaverse. That was the vision. Guys, comment down below what you make of this. And until next time, it's been your boy, Mr. Why. Till next time, bye bye.